The Big Play Reflog Show is brought to you by ShackNews.com. Shack News, the place to be for gaming news, covers all your gaming content needs with the latest game reviews, gaming interviews, walkthroughs, and guides. Right now, you go check out their featured article, an in-depth review of the brand new Marvel Avengers game. Me and my 9-year-old have been playing the crap out of that. Got it for his birthday, no big deal. Also, NFL season kicking off here. Perfect time to go read their review of Madden 21. If you hate Madden 21, you will love it. But they have more than articles over there. Shack News. Go check out their streams on Twitch as well. Asif and Blake hosting some fantastic gaming content. So if you are a gamer, Shack News is the site for you. Check them out on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch at the handle @ShackNews. And most importantly, at shacknews.com. Go check them out.
Hi, everyone. Tim Kitzrow from NBA Jam and NFL Blitz. You're listening to the best podcast on the air, Boom Shakalaka.
Okay, do you need medical attention?
Yeah.
What is wrong?
I don't know. I ain't no goddamn doctor. Free Shakalaka.
Welcome to the Big Play Reflog Show. Today is Labor Day, Monday, September 6th, 2020. I am your host, Big Play Dave, taking a break from the Marvel's Avengers alongside Mr. Chris McNeil, the Granville Storm Chaser. How are you down there?
I'm great. Brad Hand is now 12 for 12 in save opportunities to lead the MLB as the Indians prevail 5-2 today. So this is a good day, a good Labor Day.
Breaking news update. Well done. And Gab, the track coach who went swimming today out in the rain. How are you?
Oh, yeah. Made it. I'm good.
Did you get a little wet out there?
Yeah, we got a little flooded in at where we were. So we had to ditch the cars and hike out of there and then wait for a river to recede, essentially.
Fun stuff. Good
adventure.
That's right. So we have a great show for you guys tonight. We are going to kick it off with Power Rank Monday, best jobs you've ever had in appreciation of Labor Day. After that, we will get into our featured interview. Super excited about this with a guy who gave us one of the most memorable Cleveland sports memories of all time here in Cleveland, Rajay Davis, joining the show here in about 10 minutes. Super pumped. My favorite memory of all time. We will then break down this week's Cleveland headlines. Indians update. I think we've only got 19, 20 games left. Preview. Chris, this is weird. Preview the Browns opener at Baltimore.
Less than a week away, Dave. It's amazing.
It's here.
It's amazing.
Yeah. And then we will have our newer segment, the big plays of the week, sponsored by MyBookie. We're going to look at the Browns. A lot of bets out there.
I'm excited about that. Now that we're getting into
some good ones
NFL
too,
season, that's the best part, right? The bets.
That's right. And then we will possibly play Stump the Flog. We didn't get to it last time. We're going to try to fit it in. And then we might give you a bold prediction or two. But let's kick things off here with some Power Rank Monday.
It's time for Power Rank Monday.
All right, so it's Labor Day, so in honor of this holiday, we're going to power rank our favorite jobs we've ever had. Keep it clean in the comment section. The phrasing of that by Nick wasn't great. Number 3. Oh, I missed it. Number 3, my top 3 favorite job, Normandy Retirement Home. Gab, you know where that is? In Rocky River? I had to do community service there for drinking underage. And
Nice.
Oh.
and I show up to the front desk. The guy's super nice, shows me around like an elderly guy who's working there. And he's like, "Oh yeah, this is what you're going to be doing. This is how the week's going to go." Find out this guy did not work there. He was living there with dementia, and he just was pretending to work there. So
Oh my god.
that was an interesting experience.
Kudos
That's
to that
amazing.
guy. That's awesome.
Yeah, he was fantastic. My number 2, landscaping, 50 to 60 hours a week
Oof.
here in Cleveland in the heat. Chris, during those Miami summers, saved
Yeah,
up.
keeps you in good shape. Gives you a
Yeah.
little bit of a tan, I guess, and probably the pay was pretty good, I would imagine.
Oh, dude, it was $11 at the hour, an hour at the time. That was like, I was
That was big
raking
time.
it in. It was like plenty for books and all the natty light that I needed.
$2 mugs of Mac at Mac and Joe's too. At that time.
Yeah, that's right. And my number 1, Sweetbriar here on the west side in, I believe, Avon. Course Cart Kid, one of the greatest jobs of all time. Got fired from that one though. Crashed the golf cart. They fired me.
Did you really?
Yeah, I had a table on the back for like an outing.
Yeah.
Didn't remember I had it on the back. Crashed into a catering van. The table right through the light.
You and I have something in common then. Let's
That's not
just go
good.
right into my list.
Let's go.
'Cause my number 3. Also a form of community service, Granville Golf Course, which is now known as Denison Golf Course. There's a famous hole on this Donald Ross track, and that's the 18th hole. And it's straight down off the hill, comes out of Brindle. What we used to do back in high school, we figured out that if you put the carts into neutral, you can avoid the whole governor thing. And as a result of that, you can get those things flying really, really fast. And so we used to race each other down number 18. And one time I was coming back with my buddy, and I actually flipped the cart coming down 18, completely destroyed that cart. Yeah, so I had to work that off there, and I worked the range at Granville Golf Course. It wasn't a particularly great job, but I just had to get that story out there. My parents didn't actually know that I did that till like 2 years later. We were at a golf banquet, and they made some kind of a joke about me having to work at the course to work off a golf cart. And my parents had no idea, and they found out about it that night. So I've been working basically for free to pay off that golf
How
cart
long did
for
that take to work that off?
I think they cut me a deal on
Yeah.
it because I don't remember working a whole lot, but somehow I got credit, and I was still able to like go to the range and hit balls at times, and I think I got work credit for that. So they were awful nice at Granville Golf Course back then.
That's awesome.
Number 2. This was actually a horrible job. I did a very bad job of putting this list together, but this was another mention that I had to remember to bring up. I was a caddy for one day at Fairlawn Country Club up there when we used to live in Bath. I thought, oh, this is a great idea to work in the summers. You know, I'm a golfer myself.
Yeah.
Got out there, it was a rainy day, and they didn't have any kind of a caddy shack. So all the caddies were lined up outside. We just had to wait for a loop in the rain. And it took like 3 hours. I was waiting in the rain. They gave me like 2 bags. I had a double and caddied for these guys the whole round. We get to the end, and they didn't tip me. And that was it. That was it. And when I asked them, hey, you know, what's the deal? They said that I didn't replace a divot on a particular hole that they had taken, and I should have done that. And this is a learning opportunity for next time. Well, Dave, there wasn't a next time. I walked out of Fairlawn Country Club that day, and I never walked back. So that was it for my caddying career.
I don't blame you, man. I almost did caddying, and then I was like, wait, you might not get paid. You might not get out. No, I can't do this.
Yeah, that was exactly the deal. And they like looked at you like that's the job. And oh God,
Well, Chris, maybe you trolled those people later in life on Twitter, so payback.
that's right. I'll get them back. My number 1 was also on a golf course. Volunteering at a food stand at Firestone up there at the old
wow.
World Series of Golf. So the best part, it was actually my parents doing the volunteering. It was bring me along. I'd help out. Well, there were too many people there already. So I just got to wander the course. So that was kind of my intro to professional golf. I went out there. I think we did that 2 years or 3 years. Mom did that. And I was able to go a couple of those times. It was just fantastic meeting all the golfers and everything. And I thought it was the coolest thing in the world. So it really wasn't much of a job at all, but I showed up with the intent of working, and I got to instead enjoy the golf course for a couple of days up there back in the day at the World Series of Golf at Firestone. So good stuff.
Very cool. Our lists were kind of similar there.
Yeah, a lot of golf.
A lot of
Golf's
community
amazing.
service and golf.
A lot of community service, a lot of golf, a lot of wrecked golf carts.
Gab, what do you got? Top 3 favorite jobs of all time?
Well, I'm starting with my number 3, also at a country club, but not in the golf department. I was a server at
What
a couple
club,
of country
can
clubs.
you say?
So I was at Westwood Country Club, but I also worked at Shaker Heights Country Club. That
Oh.
one was in college during the summer. The other one was in high school during the summer.
Better
But-
country club.
What'd you say?
Which is a better country club? Put you on the spot.
If I have to be honest, Shaker Heights.
Nice.
Yes, mostly because I enjoyed the management. I don't know who's managing each one now, but I will say it was they were polar opposites. The people were a lot nicer who I worked for at Shaker. But I liked it because every time you worked a wedding, if they had extra meals, we were like fighting in the kitchen to like get a nice meal or get cake and everything like that. And I love food, so this was a good gig for me.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I did have one bad accident. I was working like a board meeting and I was carrying a tray of wine and I did the classic total viral moment of reaching over the wrong way, all the anxiety of trying to get it perfect. I was like on one of the last wines. I reached over and spilled it right on some lady's skirt.
Oh.
So, yeah, I didn't get fired though. She was honestly a champ about it, so I was happy about that. My number 2, what did I have on here? Oh, West Park Garden Center. It's closed now, but in the 4th grade, all I wanted to do was work for this garden center because they had cute little goats, they had chicks, they had bunnies. It was this beautiful thing where they had flowers and everything too, but they also had animals. And I begged the owner to give me a job. So in the 4th grade, they paid me $3 an hour. I'm pretty sure it's against child labor laws, but whatever. I got to basically take care of the animals and stuff and babysit them, feed baby goats. And then in the winter, I dressed up as an elf in the freezing weather and stood in this hut and like directed people to the winter wonderland and took their money and stuff. So it was a good time.
I don't remember
That's my
that at
number 2.
all. It was in West Park?
Yeah, West Park
No
Garden
kidding.
Center.
Wow.
Uh-huh.
Totally missed that.
Oh man, it was magical. I'm so sad it's gone. It's been gone for a little while. I really liked walking in the 4th of July parade with all the animals and stuff.
Very cool.
Yes. I also got rammed by a reindeer though. There. But I lived to tell
Cut
the
the
tale.
tape. Cut the tape. There's a promo right there.
What
We'll
happened?
put that in our Christmas promos. Remember that for when we get to the holiday season.
Yeah, it's antler
got
like
rammed.
cut my I did. Instead of grandma got run over, I got rammed by a reindeer and it cut open my winter coat and the fluff came out.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I'm glad I didn't like break a rib or anything. No one was around back there either. So yeah, I lived through that job. And then my top
Congrats.
job my
Ding.
my favorite job that I've ever had to quote unquote labor through what has been working for the Indians because it's so much fun. It doesn't feel like laboring at all. I love the people, love the fans. It's always a good time. And the Indians have been pretty darn good ever since I started working there. So
That's pretty good. As fans, sometimes it feels like work. Not lately, but sometimes it feels like work.
I feel ya.
But we're on a roll right now. Brad Hand, 12 for 12. Indians 5-2. Loving it, man.
That's right. Gab, what's your favorite part about that job at the ballpark? Like I know you've done everything there, but what's your favorite?
My favorite part is it's either having a handshake with like 1,000 people, like cameramen, my favorite police officer on the first baseline, Judy over in section 154, the hot dogs. Like I have a handshake with just like so many people, our editor, our audio engineer, like probably.
Is this like every game? Is this the custom every game? Is that what you do?
Oh yeah, I have a routine. I got one with Andre Knott. We can't always connect because he's a busy bee, but usually we get ours in. It's
Nice.
this.
Yep.
But yeah, it's really just the people. Like I said earlier in one of our podcasts, I didn't know how much of an extrovert I really was until like I don't go to this job anymore because I'm like I'm totally miss people.
That's awesome. Yeah, I mean you're awesome.
definitely
You're great
comes
at it.
across.
We miss people at the ballpark too. Like,
Yeah,
a lot of
I have
people.
you know what? I wouldn't mind hyping up the cardboard cutouts though. Honestly, I think I could get them out of their seats.
I'm still waiting for Karencheck to do that. He hasn't done it yet. I don't think
You
he's
know,
going
there's,
to.
There's one cardboard cutout you won't see out there.
Aww.
That's Cigar Guy.
Oh,
Cigar Guy. I
That
talked
was
to the
rough.
Indians
That
last
was
week.
rough.
The Indians decided not to allow Cigar Guy in because he's got a cigar, and
That's,
cigars are not allowed at Progressive Field.
your mom told you that. She
I
said
know,
they're
I
not going to
know.
let you smoke.
Well,
there,
it slid
Chris.
by because the Indians were supposed to tell me if it was an inappropriate or a picture that would not work, and it slid by.
The guy
until they-
with community service trying to get something to slide by and then getting mad at the Indians for it.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. And then they set out all the pictures. I played Where's Waldo to find mine, and I spent like 2 hours looking, and it wasn't in any of them, obviously. And I wasted 2 hours. And the Indians are like, "Yeah, you moron, you can't have tobacco in there." Well, you didn't tell me that. Well, we were supposed to. Okay,
Yeah.
but it was all for charity, so I couldn't get too mad about it.
That is true. That is true. All right, so we're waiting for Rajay. He's going to be coming on here shortly, so apologize for the delay. But let's talk a little Tribe while we wait for Rajay Davis to get here on.
You know
the
what? I have a
call.
better idea. If
What
we've
do you
got a
got?
couple of minutes,
We got a couple minutes. What? Oh my God, you got baseball.
your
cards.
baseball cards. Oh,
we can play
Lord.
baseball cards here. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
1989 Tops versus 1990 Dundras. Dave, which one do you want?
I need the comments to help me again.
I'm going.
First of all, I'll
I'm
give a
going
refresher
Tops.
to everybody. For those of you who don't know how we play this game, we are going to each pick a pack of cards. Obviously, these are sealed packs. We don't know what the cards are that are inside of those packs. And we are going to pick two dudes, or actually, Gab's going to pick. Well, we're going to pick the two dudes, and she's going to pick whichever pack had the better two dudes, and that is going to be your winner. So it is in honor of Clevenger and Plesac and their game that they evidently played a few weeks ago, which resulted in Clevenger being gone. And Plesac pitching pretty darn good tonight.
Yeah, he
So
did.
Dave, which one would you
wanna
like? The
go.
Tops or
I
the
want.
Dundras?
I want to go Tops.
Tops it is.
I
And
feel
this
like
one
last
actually
week
has-
you had was it Tops last week? I can't remember.
No, it was Pinnacle was one and then
Okay.
Upper Deck, right? Oh, we've got a piece of gum here too. I always eat
Eat
gum.
it.
Oh, that is
Crunchy.
crunchy.
Oh yeah, man. Good stuff.
Gross.
Oh,
He just lost a tooth.
Ooh. All right. Tigers. Dave Bergman. Reds. Danny Jackson. Dodgers. Franklin Stubbs. Oh God, that's bad. White Sox. Lance Johnson.
All right.
Mets. Gary Carter.
Okay.
Oh, here you go.
I got
Here you
one.
go, Dave. Indians. Brooke Jacoby.
Oh, winner! It's over.
Just go ahead and put this.
It's over.
Back to back. White Sox. Ron Karkovice.
Okay.
Record breaker 88. Who is that? That is Doug Jones. I don't know if
Doug
we can
Jones.
count that as a record breaker in 88. Mike
No.
Scioscia for the Dodgers.
All right.
Alex Trevino for the Astros.
Mm-hmm.
Rob Rogers for the Expos. Bobby Bonilla. He's still getting paid to this day from the Mets.
Oh, I win. Don't even open your pack.
Jay Bell for the Indians.
Wow.
Mike Marshall for the Dodgers. Dennis Rasmussen for the Padres.
Yeah, I'm definitely going Brooke Jacoby and Bobby
Brooke Jacoby.
Bonilla.
Bobby Bonilla still getting paid. There you go. Brooke Jacoby, Bobby Bonilla. Okay, I'm going to open mine. Hopefully it doesn't have
That wasn't awful.
No, that's pretty good. As these packs have gone, that was pretty.
Yeah.
That's probably the number 2 pack overall, I'd say. Right up there.
No Paul Osemacher, but yeah.
That's right. The Paul Ostenmacher pull on the first card. That was pretty solid right there. All right. Oh, Lance McCullers, pitcher for the Yankees.
Who?
This was his dad. Oh, Candyman, Candy Maldonado. That's a
Okay.
good one.
You're stepping it up.
That's when he was with the Giants. Bill Baith from the Giants. Wow, a lot of Giants. This is like, okay, Ramon Martinez. Isn't that Dennis Martinez's brother? I believe it is. Pitcher for the Dodgers. Dave Gallagher, outfielder for the White Sox. Ryan Sandberg once again makes an
You got
appearance.
him again.
He's back
I
again.
had
He's
I
going to
had
go
Bobby
regu-
Bonilla, and you had Ryan Sandberg.
Yeah, you pulled Ryan Sandberg last week, didn't you? Or
No, that
me?
was you.
Back-to-back
Back to-
Ryan Sandberg.
Wow.
Rick Honeycutt, Clint Zavares. I don't know. All right, we're getting to the end. Denny Walling, Cal Ripken. That's pretty solid. Andy McGaffigan, Larry Walker, Bip Roberts. That's also a good one.
Bip is a great card.
That's right. Brad Comisk from the Indians. I don't know.
remember him.
John Moses. Oh, boy. I give you Greg Swindell from the Indians, the final one.
Wow.
I'm going to go Cal Ripken, Greg Swindell
Oof.
versus Bobby Bonilla, Brooke Jacoby. Who you got, Gab?
I thought I had it locked up.
I think it's you this week, Chris.
Yes, Greg Swindell puts me over the top. I've got a Greg Swindell up there on my wall. I've got Greg Swindell signed card. Greg
All
Swindell,
right.
thank
No
you very
kidding.
much for pulling this one through.
Wow. That was the closest matchup we've had so far.
Yeah. A little excitement to the game this week. And the gum was excellent. Excellent. You know, I don't swallow
Sounded
the gum. It
excellent.
just kind of dissolves in my mouth. It's just fantastic. Fantastic.
It sounds like a piece of hard candy every time.
Woo.
Yeah, it's really, really, really gross. All right, let's talk some Indians because we're waiting on Rajay
Well,
Davis. He
snack,
might be
crackle, pop.
having some technical difficulties. Gab, if you want to send him a message, maybe he'll pick up. But we'll
Yeah, I'll shoot him a Twitter message here.
all right, send him a Twitter message here,
I'll do that.
and we are going to talk some Cleveland Indians because, as Chris said, we're still looking pretty good. Let's talk some Cleveland headlines. All right, so the Indians continue to roll. Since last show, I believe we're 26-15 on the season. Pitching is dominating. Bieber is dominating. Plesac is dominating. But Bieber, 7-0, 1.25 ERA, 94 Ks in 57 innings. For the non-math majors out there, that's getting pretty close to 2 strikeouts an inning on an average for a season. Chris, I got a question for you. It's incredible. I mean, I haven't seen anything like this. So this made us look back at all of these great Indians pitchers that we've had. In their prime, Chris, who would you take? CeCe, Fausto, Cliff Lee, Kluber, Bauer, or Bieber?
Tomlin.
Or the Cowboy, Josh Tomlin.
Wow. God, I remember CeCe. You don't even have Bartolo Colon on there either.
No.
And I think he's probably still pitching somewhere. if we
Oh,
were to look, too.
absolutely. We'll ask Rajay about it.
I don't know. CeCe was pretty damn good in the day.
He
but
was. He was.
And I think I probably remember him even better than what he was. But he was really
CeCe?
good, obviously. Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Because he was
yeah.
like our first Cy Young Award winner in forever.
Right.
You always remember that kind of fondly. So I don't know. I'm not going to jinx what Bieber's got going on right now. Right now is probably the most dominant pitching I've seen going back quite a ways. Shane Bieber is just unbelievable. We are just so lucky to have him on the team, especially after the changes we've had to make, losing 3 pitchers and still having a rotation that's the envy of most of the league. And that's anchored by a guy by the name of Shane Bieber. And he's just fantastic. So I go with Bieber.
Yeah, I think out of all of those guys, obviously they all dominated, but I think he's got the best control probably by far. I mean, Kluber in his prime obviously was incredible, but
Right.
Bieber he places that wherever the heck he wants.
Yeah, and he seems to just have a veteran presence and just kind of he's wise beyond his years, you know. And we don't always get that with our pitchers. I don't know if you know that here in Cleveland. and he's able to kind of keep his emotions in check, keep himself in check, and really be a leader on a staff that, you know, has had some leaders, had some good leaders, had some bad leaders, and he's really emerged, I think, as a stabilizing force. And it's surprising. I knew he was going to be good based upon what he did last year. Heck, we got him an all-star MVP nod. But to do what he's doing throughout this shortened season, has really been fantastic.
Let's check in with the comments. We've got Rob. He says Kluber, 2 Cy Young awards. Tough to argue with
Good
that.
point.
I think Bieber's on his way to 1. Jared on Twitter says Bieber for MVP. And let's see. Chris wanted me to go with the tops. Yep, Chris, you were wrong. Sorry, me too. Gab, you look at Bieber, and at this point of the season, it looks like he's going to win. He's going to win the MVP. He could. He's definitely, I think, going to win a Cy Young. Do you think that at this point in the season we should rest some of these guys because we're going to the playoffs? Knock on wood.
Right.
Unless we completely fall apart.
I think.
Do we rest these guys or just keep going because it's a short season?
I'm kind of thinking because it's a short season. I don't know that the rest is as big of a deal this year. I could be wrong. They could be thinking something totally different, but I'm thinking like, whoa, we are not even close to where we would be normally. So I feel like we should have the stamina to keep rolling like we are.
Players play. We're hot right now. Keep them going. Keep them going.
Yeah, and Bieber's 7-0. It's 7 games. And we're talking about the season winding down. I think we'll be okay. Do you think he'll go undefeated? Not to jinx it.
Oh, I don't really even want to talk about it because
Perfect.
I'm not. I don't think we should
That's
talk
the
about
correct
it.
answer. All right, talking about things we probably shouldn't talk about. Chris, I got something for you. People always get mad at us when we pit teams against each other in Cleveland. We don't do that anymore. But this is a good question. Who do you think's going to have more wins this year, Shane Bieber or Baker Mayfield? So you've got Shane Bieber at 7-0,
7 wins right now,
and he's going to
pick up another 3
or 4 maybe.
Wins? 3 wins. So there's 10 to 11. We're looking at Baker. What was I saying? A 10-win team? I think it's a push, Dave.
You going push at 10?
I'm going push. Push at 10. Yeah, push at 10 for both of those guys. And both squads make the playoffs. And both of those guys happen to be a driving force for the reason they make the playoffs. And they go as far as they do in the playoffs.
I love that answer.
How about that?
One of your greatest answers. Let's talk Browns.
Which isn't really saying much, to be honest with you. I mean...
Chris,
that's the highest accolade you can give me, but here we are.
So we got the Browns season underway. Starts Sunday, 1 p.m. Ravens. Can't believe it. It's 6 days away. Let's go with a quick gut check.
Oh, jeez.
This is gut check time. Gut check time.
All right, so we got a lot of new faces to the Browns. We haven't seen a whole lot of them outside of them throwing in, to each other and going crazy when Baker hits Odell Beckham Jr. on the practice field. But Chris, what are you most excited to see with the Brownies Sunday?
Everything, Dave.
Yeah.
I mean, we haven't seen football. We didn't get any preseason, which is fine, by the way. But to see professional football being played, that's what I'm most excited about. I mean, I obviously want to see the kind of energy out of the locker room that we had at the very beginning of last year, but it didn't translate in that first game. Now it's got to translate. We got to see this team go from potential energy to kinetic energy. This has really got to happen this year. I know Stefanski's a first-year head coach, and it's a lot to ask, but he's got players that we've been looking to come together here for the last couple of years, and now it's really the time to make things happen. And the opener happens to be just the lightning rod for us for misery and failure. It's like every time we think we've got something going, we screw up the opener, and then it just sets us back. So we've got to get the opener. We've got to beat Baltimore. We've got to start off on the right foot. This year is the year to do it.
So what player do you think needs to have the biggest impact on Sunday?
Actually, I would say a guy like Chubb. I would say a guy like Chubb. And here's the reason why. So I think you are going to come out with excitement, and nobody gets more excitable than Baker Mayfield out there.
Oh, yeah.
And so in order to settle him down, settle everybody down, is having a running game. And if Chubb can run the ball, then all of a sudden that's just calming to everybody. It's like, okay, we've got something. Now we can try some things in the passing game. We're not forcing things in the passing game. We're letting the game come to us because we've established a run. And we know that that consistency is going to be there. And that also then keeps us on the field a little bit longer, helps out the defense. So the way the running game goes is the way the Cleveland Browns are going to go.
Do you remember the days, and they're not that far off, but we'd be so jacked up, and then we would just go 3 and out, and we're like, oh no. And then we go 3 and out and again, and we're like, oh no, this is awful. What happened? Blah, blah, blah. I don't think that's happening this year. Just because what you just said, Nick Chubb.
Yeah, that and I think if Chubb isn't being Nick Chubb for the day, you're also got tight ends that we know Stefanski likes to use a lot. That's a lot easier to hit tight ends, I think, on a regular basis than what it is to force it up to OBJ. We saw a lot of passes last year from Baker Mayfield behind his wide receivers. I think if he's able to make some shorter passes to tight ends, which can be run into longer to medium type of gains, then you're going to see a more productive offense because he's got different pistons he can be using, getting out there, churning. And I think that makes us a much more formidable offensive team.
Gab, what are you looking most forward to? You're a little bit more mainstream Browns fan than us, but what are you excited for now we got some NFL action back?
I'm kind of curious about the head coach. I'm excited to see Kevin Stefanski in action, actually.
Oh, I bet you are.
Well, yeah, besides...
Aren't we all? He's a dreamboat.
He is.
I mean, besides the fact that he's not hard to watch, hard to look at. No, he just seems like, I don't want to say one of the more intelligent coaches we've ever had, but at least he has this vibe and certainly the background to, I don't know, we always hype up when we get a new coach and stuff, but this time I'm actually
he's
really
very
curious
articulate.
Yes.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And handsome.
And
so
yes,
therefore,
he's handsome as well.
He's intelligent. That's right.
Yeah, he's got that going for him.
I'm sick of all these dumb, ugly coaches we keep getting. Now we finally changed it up.
Whoopsie
We've
hell.
got a
I did
handsome
like
guy.
that,
That's right.
I did like our animated. Who was it? Kitchens? Who was
He was pretty animated.
Yeah. I was like actually pulling for him, but it just didn't pan out. So
No,
we've had plenty of characters as coaches. Animated and fun
right.
sometimes, not so fun at other times.
We always find a way to complain about him, though. Like I remember Romeo Crennel, like never showed any emotion whatsoever, and we're like, oh, we want him to be, yell more, and then we get Kitchens yelling, and we're like, this guy needs to be more professional. I'm like, all right, maybe we have that in Stefanski. I think we do. Chris, what are you concerned about? Anything? Everything?
Come on, jeez.
Defense? I'm going defense here. I'm a little concerned about the defense.
I could go Chicken Little over here. I'm a Browns fan. Of course, I'm worried about everything. No, I'm worried about the linebacking core. I'm worried about the secondary. I'm worried about the safety situation. I like what we've done along the line. I think that there's a lot of questions on defense right now. And so I am hoping we can come out and kind of establish some running game on the offense. So it kind of helps things out on the defense. Myles Garrett is going to ball out, I think, and we're going to need that. We're going to need constant pressure on the quarterbacks and forcing them to make bad mistakes because I'm not sure that our corners situation is the type where we can put up with a guy sitting back there getting all day and just picking us apart. So I'm going to look for that offensive line or defensive line to get a big push early and often whenever these quarterbacks go back to pass. And hopefully then our linebackers, when they do run the ball, can step up and do their part. Mack Wilson is going to be called upon to take on more leadership here this year.
Especially kind of rah-rahing the. He's super energetic. He's super positive, and he's a veteran, and he's his second year. Like I know. I'm worried about the linebacking crew because we're going to have someone step up in a big way. I'm kind of hoping Taki can. We drafted him, remember, before Mack Wilson. Absolutely. And, he showed some decent things last year, but I think that guy could step up this year.
Well, I think it hurts, too. You see guys who we liked, like Joe Schobert, who've gone, and at least through training camp, is looking pretty good with Jacksonville.
Right.
I mean, obviously Jacksonville's not going anywhere, and maybe you or I would look good and stand out on a team like Jacksonville. But it is a bit disheartening when it comes out today that we're still number one in cap space, which I think bodes well if we've got the right pieces. But if we don't, and we're missing pieces like in our linebacking core, and you see we let a guy go like that, that's going to rear its ugly head pretty quickly. So that linebacking core had better come together, had better make plays pretty early and often. Otherwise, the fans are going to be going, wait a second, we had some guys who could help us. We weren't exactly, world beaters last year in the linebacking core, but we lost some pieces off of there, and it doesn't look like we improved, but I hope I'm wrong.
Yeah, I'm with you there. I'm the other side of the coin with cap space. Like, no, we don't want to have the number one seed there every single year, but there wasn't anyone really out there in free agency that I was like, oh, we have to go get this guy.
No, and I mean,
like, we don't want to go get Kenny Britt or Dwayne Bowe.
Oh God, yeah. I mean, if you leave it at that,
those were some of our like big splashes in the past with free agency. We're like, oh yeah, let's give them $9 million.
I know,
So,
and we didn't do any of that stupid spending that we've done in the past, and we made the play for the defensive end whose name is completely escaping me now, who is still a free agent, so we can still get him off the
Clowney
street from the Texans. Yeah, Clowney.
Yeah,
I don't know why I couldn't think of that name.
He had no interest. No interest.
Yeah, nobody in the league wants him right now. So who knows? Maybe we'll get him from the bargain basement. Consider he didn't want to come here apparently after we gave him a pretty good offer. So we did. We were trying to be a little bit active there, but like you said, I mean, if it's not there, don't force it. Don't just pay guys just because you have the money sitting around. So
true.
There's not a laundry list of guys who I say, well, the Browns should have made a play for him. There really wasn't anything like that out there. And you've got to save your ducats, because if Baker Mayfield balls out, you're going to have to re-sign him. We're going to have some guys who are going to be coming up. Obviously, we got Myles Garrett taken care of, but there's going to be some other young talent on this team that we're going to be looking at second contracts for, which we've talked about before.
Yeah.
That's what the NFL model is. You draft them, you develop them, you re-sign your own. And we always got in those first two pieces, we mess up on the development, and then we don't end up re-signing our own. And that's
Perfect.
The model in the NFL to be successful. And hopefully the Browns can get there.
That's right. All right, so let's keep talking Browns. Gab, any word from Rajay?
I didn't get a message back on Twitter. He's gone dark on us. So
all right, maybe he's taking a nap. We'll try to fit him in before 10 o'clock here. But let's keep going with the Browns, because I want to talk some bets. There's some interesting bets for the Ravens games here, as well as some of our favorite players for the Browns for the entire regular season. Let's get into some MyBookie bets here. Winning season returns at MyBookie. Winning season means doubling your first deposit. Winning season means Survivor, Super Contest, and Squares. At MyBookie, winning season means hitting all your parlays and props with your feet up, watching the Browns get that W. Rejoice, it is time for the NFL season. Invest in your intuition. Use promo code BIGPLAY, one word BIGPLAY right on the screen there, and double your first deposit. New players get up to $1,000 in free play, designed to add more excitement to the sports you love and the games you bet. From live betting to championship futures, every play you want to make is waiting at MyBookie. It's simple. Make your picks, win big, collect your cash, use promo code BIGPLAY, and double your first deposit. Your winning season begins today, only at MyBookie. So let's look at some of these. So every week we are going to break down the weekly odds, see who the crew wants to take, which ones we're going to avoid. Chris, we're starting with the game on Sunday. Baltimore Ravens. We are an 8-point underdog in this game. If you remember, we whooped their butt the first time we played them last year, 40-25. 8-point underdog. Are you taking the Browns with 8 points?
That's insane. An 8-point underdog. I don't see them as an 8-point
You
underdog.
never see that in the NFL unless it's like
No.
Jacksonville versus Tom Brady and the Patriots.
ultimate disrespect right there on the Cleveland Browns. No, you put some respect on the Cleveland Browns. You take the points. The Browns are going to win it outright.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, I don't even know. That would be pretty good money if you take them outright without the points. No points needed. Win. Just go win.
Straight out, man. I mean, why not? If you're not going to do something like that the first week, then why are you watching at all? You got to at least have some belief in your team.
That
Come
is
on,
true. That
8
is
point
true.
underdog of the NFL.
That's weak.
Forget
That is
about it.
weak. Gab, so we played them twice last year. 40-25 we beat them. Then Baltimore beat us 31-15. The over-under for points scored in this game is 48.5. You going to go over or under that?
Under.
Yeah? Okay. You think
What was the first when we played him the first time? What was it?
So it was 65 the first time we played them, and then it was 46 the second time. But hey, week one, there could be some butterflies, some jitters in the system. These guys really haven't even met each other, except for Zoom calls.
Yeah.
You sticking with the under?
Who knows? I'll stick with the under.
Yes, that's right. That's the thing with betting. Who knows? No one knows. No one knows anything. All right, these are interesting ones. So this, Chris, is for the regular season.
Yep.
Baker Mayfield, yards thrown, 3,899.5 yards on the year. Last year, he threw 3,827.
I like how they put the hook on that. I like how they
Half.
put the hook. 3,899. And then somebody in Vegas is like, I don't know. You're giving too much. Let's go 0.5. Let's have that marginal better. We got to get him. Are you kidding me? Give me the over. Let's go.
Someone's gonna lose. Someone's gonna lose. They're gonna bet 3,899 and just lose.
God, that's terrible. Yeah, you get that many yards up there. When you get in the thousands and you have to put a hook on it, I love it. I love Vegas, man.
So you say over?
Yeah, I'm going over.
Really?
I'm going
Okay.
over
I actually think
4K.
I'm going to go under on that one. I think Nick
4K.
Chubb's going to have a big year. I think Kareem will have a good year.
That's the interesting
And
part.
you got
Sometimes
Stefanski
you don't get the yardage when you're leading too, because you're not throwing from behind all the time. So that's a theory that would say no. Maybe I'm going the wrong way, but no, I think we're going to throw the ball too.
3,000 yards for Baker, 1,000 for Case Keenum. Baker Mayfield touchdowns on the year, 24.5. Last year, as one of the worst quarterbacks in the league, he threw 22.
Oh man, that hook get me again. I'm going over. Come on.
You got to go over in that one, right?
Got to go over. Yeah, no doubt about it.
All right, Gab.
Gab, you got to be thinking over, right? Come on, 24 and a half.
I'm thinking he can go over on that one, yeah.
He's gonna average 2 per game. Give me 32.
All right.
Of course, if we only play like 5 games, then it'll be 10. But whatever.
Right. Well, then you get your money back. Nick Chubb, over under yards for the season, 1,275.5. Last year, you'll remember he hit the 1,500 mark and then lost like 6 yards the last game and got down to 1,494. Not too shabby.
Forgot about that. How great is that?
That was awful. I was so happy when he got 1,500 too.
I know. I think the Browns have had that happen before. I think Reuben Drones maybe was our first guy to hit 1,000 yards in like years and years. And I think the next play he went back. It was like, do you celebrate it and you put it up on the scoreboard again when he passes it back to 1,000?
Yeah, that was weak.
I'm gonna go over. I'm gonna go over.
Really?
Again. The Browns are going to be an offensive machine. We're going to be throwing the ball. We're going to be running the ball. That's it. We're going over.
1,275 is a lot of yards.
Wow.
I mean, he had a heck of a year last year. Do you think Kareem Hunt? So the thing with these bets, like Stefanski, we know his system's a little bit more tight end driven.
Right. How much are they going to share the ball?
Yeah. I don't know. I'm gonna go. That's a lot of pressure on Nick Chubb. I think he's gonna get around 1,200. I'm gonna go under. Gab, what do you think?
I think 1,500 was quite a lot. I hate doing this because now I feel like I'm doubting Nick Chubb, but I'm gonna go under too.
Hey, if he runs for 1,300 yards, I think we'll be okay.
So you basically The
If we're
over
throwing a-
underline
Yeah.
is 75 yards per game. 75 yards per game. Do we think he can go over that?
Did you just pull a
Average.
calculator out for that? I thought I saw you on your phone.
I did, Dave. But 75 yards per game.
Oh,
so
you're making me doubt it now. All right, I'm going over.
I think he can make
Okay.
75 yards per game. And then he has a
Yeah.
couple of games where he's going to have like 130. So he gives him
Yeah,
some
true
space.
that.
Yeah.
You know?
All right, Chris, you changed our tune. Over
Math,
on
baby.
Nick
I'm
Chubb.
introducing math to the show.
Here's an interesting one because Odell
Breaking it down.
breaking it down. Odell Beckham.
Sabermetrics.
Oh, Odell Beckham receiving yards on the year projection 1,050.5 with 6.5 touchdowns.
Double hooks. What did he have last year receiving?
That's a good question.
How many touchdowns did he have last
All right,
year?
I'll look up. You guys
Wait,
talk
I
amongst
think I have
yourselves.
it. Hold on, I got you too. All right, fine. You look it up. 'Cause I don't have my glasses on.
1,035 last
Okay.
year. 74 receptions, averaging 14 per.
Would you
His
say
alarm
he
was
had a
maybe not.
phenomenal year last year, Chris?
I would not say he had a phenomenal year.
So
last year.
they're basically telling you this
gonna have a
guy's not going to have a great year this year.
He's going to have a marginal step up. He had 4 touchdowns last year, and we're saying 6.5 this year. Wow. So receiving yards, they're giving him, another 15 yards over last year. And last year we thought it was a big disappointment. Come on.
So
you
is
gotta go
this
over.
is this Vegas telling us we're not going to be good this year?
I guess so. Or they don't believe in Odell for some reason.
Yeah.
Maybe everybody's selling their Odell stock, apparently. in
You
Vegas.
over on both of those too?
I guess so. I'm going to be over across the board. here.
Why not? It's week 0.
We're gonna have
Over
to
on
be like the
everything.
greatest. We're going to have to be the greatest show on turf for me to pay out on all these bets, but whatever.
That's right. Gab, what do you think about Odell Beckham? You think he's going to have a kind of a bounce back year? He looked okay. Like he very quietly went over 1,000 yards. I think he had a slow start, but he had a productive year.
I think we're going to see more from him this year for sure. I have a good feeling about it. And I got to knock on wood here, just as long as people stay healthy, you know?
I thought
But
you were
yeah,
going to
I'm
grab
ho-
for the clown shoes.
Oh, I should have brought those on. As long as I'm wearing the clown shoes, I'm all about OBJ. I don't think it's silly to expect more from him and go over at all. I
Yeah,
love when
I'm with you.
that was the game last year, when he had his clown cleats and almost got ejected. I was really inspired. So I went to Walmart and bought $5 white slip-ons and made clowns on them. And so I'll be wearing those all season, cheering for my man.
Yeah,
Which-
do they have an over/under on number of times he's going to get into trouble for what he's wearing?
For the
Watches,
infractions
cleats,
with the yeah.
infractions? That would be interesting.
That would be.
What did he have last year? He had 2 that we know of, right? The
Yep.
shoes and then the watch.
Yep.
So over under that one, Dave. I'm taking the under. I think he respects Kevin Stefanski, and so I don't think he's going to pull as much of that stuff. So I'm going to say under on the infractions.
I think as long as we're winning, no one's going to care about any of the stupid headlines that we had last
True.
year. So if we
Very
can
good
just
point.
keep that going, win a few games, no one's going to care about any of that. What do you think it's going to be like with no fans for NFL as we're watching? Well, I guess there's going to be fans for
We're
a
gonna have
couple of weeks.
6,000
Yeah, I forgot about
fans.
that. Wow.
6,000 fans. Has anybody seen how you get those tickets?
No.
So I'd assume that they're probably going
gotta
out
be
to season
season
ticket
ticket,
holders
yeah.
first.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
And how are they gonna? Are they gonna space it out and stuff? I imagine, or
They
I
did
didn't
have that
see
kind of laid out. That
Yep.
There are different entrances and different areas that they've got the specifics on that, but I'm still not clear on how people are going to get tickets for this thing. Now, we had already opted out of our season tickets, so we're out of the pool, but I'll be interested to see if they're going to have any available to the general public who aren't season ticket holders. I'd imagine no, but who knows? Who knows? I haven't seen many more details come out.
Yeah, it's going to look like a Miami Dolphins game.
It's gonna look like a Bengals late season game. When I lived down in Cincinnati for a couple of years, and man, late in the season, there's nobody at those Bengals games. I mean, people love to rip on the Browns for attendance, and the Browns' attendance is actually really, really good, especially for the product that we put on the field. The Bengals get nobody. I mean, they take some camera angles down there to show to show like there are fans there, but man, there's a lot of games. There is nobody there.
And that's all the bets that I got. We're over on everything. Browns are going to win. No need for 8 points. Not too shabby. Not too shabby at all. Go check it out.
We haven't set ourselves up for disappointment this season, Dave. Not this year, man.
We're gonna have to cancel next week's podcast. Let's see. Okay, I got one more for you. I was looking at Indians bets. They have the 7th best odds to win the AL. Doesn't that seem a little low for this Indians team now that they're hitting a little bit?
It does, but maybe just because everything's so close. Is that why?
Yeah, I guess so.
What do you got? The 3rd best record in the AL? Is that right?
Yeah. How do we have the 7th best odds to win the AL?
Yeah,
it's almost like, hey, we've only got a few games left. Shouldn't you kind of sharpen the pencil on this a little bit?
Right.
You would think.
I don't know. That seems like a good one to take.
I like it. I mean, we always say, especially in the postseason, right? Pitching is gonna carry the day most of the time, right? You got to hit a little bit, but pitching is really what drives the bus. And so when we get to the postseason, man, you got to think that we're set up. We start hitting a little bit and get a little bit hot with the bats, we're gonna be right there. I feel good about this team, and the fact that it's such a messed up, weird year. Does that not set up for Cleveland? I mean, we're not going to win it in a normal year. We're going to win it in a year like this where it's all messed up, so that people can come back and say, well, that really deserves an asterisk. Forget that stuff. This is set up to be a Cleveland type of year. Go ahead, just keep forging forward, keep pitching like you are, and hopefully you can hit the ball a little bit come whatever month now, October. when are we playing the playoffs? I guess it is going to be around the same time.
Who knows?
October. You know, and finish this thing, man. Finish it. You see teams like Boston that are just like a train wreck. And man, I think this is a window of opportunity. This is what a ball club like Cleveland looks for. You know, when you have not the resources of a Boston or some of these other teams, you watch the big markets struggling right now. You say,
it's awesome.
This is our chance. This is our chance. Forge forward. Keep pitching. Try and hit a little bit. Let's make this thing happen, man.
We got Ted in the comments going back to Baker Mayfield. We're talking about his touchdowns on the year. He goes 22 interceptions. Shut up, Ted. Get out of the comments.
That's right. Shut up, Ted.
All right. Let's play a little Stump the Flog, and we're going to call it a night if we don't hear from Rajay. It looks like Rajay ghosted us.
I do want to shout out, since we were talking baseball, shout out the Columbus Clippers down here in Columbus.
Yeah,
they sent me this. For those of you who don't know, the AAA affiliate of our Cleveland Indians, it is the Columbus Clippers down here. And their normal motto is this ship rocks, because, of course, it's a Columbus Clipper.
Yep.
And they've got new shirts now available, 2020. Can you believe this ship? See what they did there? Yeah. So those are available on their website. They sent me one of those. So thank you to the Columbus Clippers.
Very cool. Let's just keep going with shirt plugs, because I've got the Run with Myles Garrett. Have you seen this? He's doing raising money. And you do a virtual run. So you do a 5K with Myles Garrett, and he's giving I think a personal Zoom call with one person, I think, who refers the most people. So let's go refer some people, and then we can just have the Zoom call as an interview with Myles Garrett.
How fast? Yeah, there you go.
Perfect.
How fast do you think Myles Garrett runs a 5K?
Oh, man.
Do you think he's under a half an hour? Easily?
Yeah, I think so.
10-minute miles?
I think so. Easy.
Should be able to do that, right? I have to train to get under half an hour, but he's a professional athlete. I know that he's not exactly a distance runner by trade, but
no, but that's not like crazy distance. I don't think Freddie Kitchens is under a half hour, but yeah, Myles Garrett definitely.
Gab, in your best years, what do you do a 5K in?
10 minutes.
Top level, peak Gab. What are you running a 5K in?
It's so funny because I was watching our obviously our team has been competing, the high school I coach for, and I really can't remember my 5K PR
That's a
from
lie.
college or high school. I don't remember.
Really?
7-minute miles? You like 21, 20?
I do know this. If we look up
4-minute
my
miles?
national, I do know this. If we look up my All-American finish, I PR'd in the 5K within the 6K. So whatever my 5K
go.
split of that race was is my PR, but I don't know what that is.
That's max of effort right there.
Yeah.
Look at this. Gab
We could barely get
Cruz.
OBJ's yardage for last year, and we're a Brown-centric show. Cross-country stats.
Did you say your
Kidding.
national? What were we looking up here? I just Googled you, Gab.
Did you look at?
Ohio Cross Country Bio, athletic.net.
So it
Ohio
would be
track and field.
my cross country, my All-American finish in 2013 was a 6K. But I'm pretty sure I
So
hit my
that was
5K PR.
21:54, 6K.
Okay. So 21:54, 6K.
Whoa.
I'm not good at math, guys, so I'm not
Me
really
either.
sure.
Chris has a calculator.
Yeah, but I don't know how to use it for that kind of math.
No,
Yeah, I don't know.
we're not smart enough. But
So
someone
you're running like
looked that up.
6-minute miles, 5-minute miles.
Yeah, what can you run a mile in?
Yeah. Let's break this down. Let's make it easy for the
456.
people at home.
450s?
456. No, 456 was my best before I got out of shape.
So I'm talking about running a 5K in less than a half an hour. You're doing it in 15 minutes.
No, not 15 minutes. I wish.
More like 16.
Yeah. Well, I was way the hell off. 16.
Wow.
More like 16.
Totally different. So I'm coming in.
Okay.
You could run it twice because I'll come in about 32. I could see that happening, and you're just like, yeah, I did this thing twice. This course was fun.
That's
Yeah,
incredible.
I wonder if Miles Garrett would have 10-minute miles. That's a good question.
I think
I mean,
he would
I
crush
think.
that, I believe.
Okay.
You'd think he's
Yeah.
an athlete like that, you know?
Yeah.
Sometimes you make assumptions, and they're
You're
so
right.
specialized in what they do. Like he's got that short burst speed, but can't really run. I don't know.
I'm the
Right,
guy
'cause
who
it
just
takes
does the
breaks all the
11
time.
the 11-minute miles and just I watch a movie on Netflix.
Yeah, I mean, like back in the day, you don't see. I'll bet Michael Dean Perry wasn't running long distances, right?
No. But
Although
Miles
he was
is
an
a
exceptional
freak.
athlete. I mean, he
Yeah.
could dunk the basketball, and we saw him in some of these charity events. But I don't see him running a very competitive 5K. The Fridge, his brother, certainly wasn't.
No.
William Perry.
All right, let's do a stump the flog because we didn't
Oh,
get to
geez.
it last time. We're gonna go.
I thought we did. Didn't we do McDonald's last time? And I
No,
won.
I think that
was
was
2
2
times
weeks
ago.
ago. Yeah,
Holy Toledo.
yeah. No, last week it was like 10:15, and I was like, "Do you guys want to do it?" And you're like, "No, we want to go to bed."
That's true.
I was like, "Whatever, time for bed." But now it is time for. I feel like I have a song for this.
I think you do.
Yes, I do.
Gab, sing a
Stump
song.
the flog.
Stump the flog.
Stump the flog.
Stump the flog. All right, so this week on Stump the Flog, if you don't know what that is, just like the old Stump the Schwab on ESPN,
It's a ripoff.
it's not a ripoff, it's brand new content here. I'm going to give Chris and
I
Gab
want Disney coming after us.
a category, and they have to take turns naming one answer to satisfy that category. This week, I gave you. Well, actually, we're going to do the same one that we didn't get to last week, and I gave you a clue. So I hope you guys did some refreshers.
I
Cleveland
don't remember it.
Indians current roster.
Okay, current roster.
We are going current roster.
I'm probably gonna get
we're
killed
we're
here.
2 weeks in.
Just because
You guys are tied 1-1. Chris won the McDonald's. Gab won 2016 Indians roster. Let me go find that roster here.
I'm gonna start writing down.
Crap. I'm like not a. Okay. We'll yeah.
No looking at the computer, Chris.
Grabbing my paper.
All right, grab the paper. I'm gonna put
piece of paper.
you on camera so we can. Oh,
Immediately
I dim the lights.
Okay. There's an athlete I'm trying to think of that I can't right now.
You can't think of one single Indian.
No, I can, but I'm blanking out on
All right.
a position player, and I'm hoping you name him because I can't think of it.
All right, so Gab, you lost last time, so I'm gonna let you pick. Do you want to go first or second?
Oh, I did. I lost McDonald's, didn't I? Okay. I'll go first.
All right, let's kick it off. So we're doing.
Lindor.
All right, Francisco
What's
Lindor.
Chris doing? He's got a computer.
writing
No,
down.
he's writing. He's writing.
All I'm doing is writing, okay? All I'm doing is
I
writing.
actually don't know if you're allowed to write on Stump the Flog.
All right, I won't write down anything. Man, you guys are trying to just hamstring me.
All right, correct on Francisco Lindor.
Shane Bieber.
Correct.
Brad Hand.
Correct.
So give me Hernandez. Cesar Hernandez.
Yes, well done. Correct.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna. Plesac.
Nice.
He is back. Yes.
Carlos Santana.
Yes. Walking machine. Correct.
Cookie.
Cookie. Correct.
Roberto Perez.
Correct.
Sandy Leon.
Oh, nice.
Yes, well done.
Jared.
We're in backup catching categories. Here we go. Chris,
Ramirez.
first name?
Manny.
Jose Ramirez. That counts.
Jose.
Correct. Gab, you're up.
Jordan Luplow.
Very good. Going to the outfield, the backup outfield.
Did I already say Oscar Mercado?
You did not. Correct.
Tyler Naquin.
Correct. Looking pretty good, too.
Let's see, going around the infield.
The pressure is on with the dimmed
is.
lights and everything.
I just got out of the pitching.
Don't say the one I want to say.
Plutko, Adam Plutko.
There you go.
Oh, okay.
Correct.
Franimal! The Franimal!
Yes.
Oh, nice.
Still on fire. Correct.
Oh my gosh, I can't think of.
It's like 5 million pitchers, and I can't think of one right now.
Just name people who've been on our show, Chris. That'll get you a few.
That's good. That's good. Pitcher. Oh, dude.
10 seconons.
I'm losing my mind here.
I am too. I
You
hope
can't
run out
lose
of
yet.
time.
Come on.
Go.
You're going to say Clevenger, aren't you?
Not going to say Clevenger. Who's the guy
5
we got
seconds.
back? The
Oh.
softball slugger. Vigny.
Oh, I got one, I think.
I'm always horrible at these games.
3.
Oh yeah, that's who I couldn't think
2.
of, by the way, who you're trying to think of.
Name someone that's been on our show, Chris. 3, 2.
Stop helping him, I want to
one.
win one again.
I'll give it to her. My mind's muddled.
Wow! Oh, Chris, come on.
Wait, who are you thinking of?
I was.
Well, if I knew
Okay.
it, I'd say it out loud, but I can't think of the name.
Dave. Or should I? Okay,
Chris was
wait.
thinking of Naylor.
Ah!
I was. We had Naylor.
I forgot
I was
about
also
him.
thinking about in our rotation.
Isn't Aaron Savali?
Oh, yeah.
Savali. I was thinking of Savali. God bless him.
Gab, do you want to keep going? How many more could you do?
Pretty much half the roster is still out there.
Give me a hint. Where are we missing? Outfielders?
a lot of
infielders?
pitchers.
We have like
relief
30 outfielders.
Yeah, relief pitchers we haven't really.
Yeah,
even
there's somebody that. All right, we don't have Domingo Santana anymore.
I'll just cut my music. Delino DeShields.
That's
done.
what I was trying to think
That was
of.
the other
God,
person I was trying to
dang
think
it.
Mike Freeman.
Mike
both from
Freeman.
our show.
Cam Hill.
Both from our show.
James Karinchak.
And Karinchak,
No,
that
how
was
did
the
we
other one.
forget him? My God.
Tristan
Yeah.
McKenzie, the Slim Reaper.
Oh my goodness. How did we
Sticks.
forget the Slim Reaper?
The Slim Reaper. Yeah.
Cal Quantrill, who we just got, pitched
Yeah.
reliever.
I wasn't going to come up with that one.
Bo Taylor, is he still on the team?
Yeah, he kind
Bradley
of.
Zimmer, remember that
Okay.
guy?
Yeah.
Nick Whitgren. I'm so happy that I'm on this side of the game.
It's hard when you're on the.
It's
I mean,
actually
I watch
way easier
every single
looking
game, or I
at it.
listen to every single
I know
Indians
you do.
game, and I still draw a blank every single time. Now go back. I'm like my grandfather. Now I understand him. It's like, well, if you would ask me about the 1986 Browns, I could tell you everything.
Yes.
You asked me about a game I just watched. It's like,
Gab is the winner. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Oh, good
that
stuff.
hurts. Well done, Gab.
All right, so Gab
Yeah.
improves to 2-1.
2-1.
Chris will redeem himself next week as we do a
Next
Browns.
week, I'm looking forward to it.
That's right.
So non-sports again.
All right, should we get out of here?
Sports. I don't even know sports.
What are sports? We don't even remember those. All right,
Bold
I have
predictions.
Yeah,
Bold
go
predictions.
for it. Go for it.
Bold prediction: the Cleveland Browns are going to win the opener against the Baltimore Ravens this week, folks.
There we go. That's not even that bold, I don't think. But I guess an 8.
Have you seen our record in openers?
Yeah, that's very true. Very true. Gab, you have a bold prediction?
I could throw out a bold prediction that the Indians will win the AL Central, but I guess that'll take
Are
a
we
little time.
officially in
Are we
first
doing
place?
this
Or
week?
are we still a half game back? Let's see.
With that win, I
We
don't.
are on top, I think.
We're at least tied, right? Let's see standings. Yeah, we're tied right now. 26-15, both us and the White Sox. Last 10, we're both 7-3. Wow, run differential. Wow, this is amazing. Okay, here you go. So the White Sox and us both have 26 wins, both have 15 losses. Our last 10, we're both 7-3. Our streak, the White Sox have won 4 in a row. We've won 3 in a row. The run differential, White Sox plus 53, Indians plus 54, folks. That's tight. That's tight.
This is.
And do the White Sox play today? You'd think they would on Labor Day, right? They play late?
Slackers.
I think, yeah, they're not playing on Labor Day. What the hell?
Wow.
That shouldn't be allowed. You'd think with all the double headers, every team would have to play every opportunity that they get.
Yeah.
Even
Gab,
if they
do
didn't
you
have
think we'll
COVID,
be in
it's like
first
they play.
place at the end of by next show?
Yes,
Nice. Bold prediction.
we'll be at the
Leading
top.
question.
All right, my bold prediction, I will say that Baker Mayfield will throw for over 2.5 touchdowns.
Ooh.
3 touchdowns, Browns win. I'm with you, Chris. Thanks for tuning in
All
to the Big Play Reflog Show. Hopefully we can get Rajay Davis on at some point. Totally ghosted us.
Ouch.
That's okay.
That one hurt.
That's okay.
That one
He
hurt.
still hit
This
a
one,
pretty
this
good
one
home
we
run
can't blame
for
on
us.
the Indians.
That's true. That's very true. Yeah, they did not. They did not. Hopefully not. Just like
This
no,
is not a police
no
act scene,
Indians,
I don't think.
no former Indians can come on this show.
Right.
Oh well. Any final words, guys?
Go Cleveland Browns.
There we go.
And nothing from Gab.
I think Gab froze. That's okay.
She's frozen up.
It froze for a second. I missed it.
I thought you were about to sneeze. Then I was like, nope, that's a still frame.
What was the question?
No real question. Any
Parting
final words
thoughts.
from you?
Oh, okay. Parting thoughts. I'm sorry we didn't have Raj. I'll have to. Hopefully we still get him. Maybe we could do a rain
Next-
check.
Yeah.
Rain delay check. All right. Too soon? No.
Too
Okay.
soon. Too soon. Good stuff. All right. Well, we will see you next Monday night, 9 p.m. Big shout out to Shaq News, my bookie. Go get those bets in, and we will see you guys. We'll talk to you on Twitter for the Browns Ravens. Go Browns. We finally made it. Talk to you next week. Thanks for tuning in. See ya. Nailed it.
think of Karen Jack.